Hello, 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 dear Pisces. That's you. This is Tarot Lumination with your love and relationship report for July 2017. Okay, we're just going to get on with it, all right? Please, if you get a chance, actually, please anyway, watch the little introduction video for the whole playlist. It'll help you understand how the readings work, And also, if you want to go deeper, watch the little behind the scenes video as well. So there's like 14 videos total in the playlist. Now, like before, don't do any reversals, and don't do flyers or jumpers. They don't have any oracles for you. We're not even going to do romance angels or anything like that. It's just stripped down, all right? And we're going to make the best of it, okay? And we're not going to dwell too much on the astrology and stuff like that, even though it is a pretty extreme environment. All right, we're just going to live with it, okay? So everything was already pre-shuffled, but we're going in now, and we're just going to do it, all right? So let's cut it up. Let's really break it up here. Okay. Right, here we go. Let's say this is you. Let's say this is your other, or another, or a hopeful, wishful other. But going deeper, okay? Going deeper into the other, going into the status of the relationship itself. And where does this all take us, okay? So I hope you can see that. The whole idea is that this Pisces is you and your reading for you about your relationship. Even if there's another relationship pending, or if you're like looking around or something, you still radiate the energy of relationship. And that can, if you understand the laws of attraction, that can attract the other, in which case this kind of energy over here of the other can be relevant. So please allow for that. Okay, so also, a lot of folks like to have a sort of, well, I'm just going to do it, okay? Going on in the background. We have little Ace of Swords here. Okay, this is a divine gift from above. And whether you know it or not, it's there and it's available for you. So let's just say that the surrounding atmosphere, the surrounding conditions for you, let's just say in and around and through July-ish, coming into, living through, and then coming out, involve a sacred opportunity for you to get to the truth of the matter and start like a whole new, like a reset, like a complete reset of attitudes, perceptions, and beliefs about how this all really, really works, as opposed to how you thought it was working for so long, especially having lived through this, recently coming out of the nodal axis between Pisces and Virgo. So it's very likely or very possible, Pisces, that the environment is very conducive for you to like have some like revelations of truth, to really, really come to a deeper, greater understanding of who you are, which of course has a profound effect on your relationships. Okay, it's a simultaneous effect. So this is very supportive weather. The thing is, with a card of sacred opportunity, you have to understand that it is a gift. And as with all gifts, it's up to you to be willing and humble and gracious enough to accept that gift when it is there for you, okay? So let's just say you think, okay, cool, I get it, thanks. And you run with that, okay? So in other words, you're just taking advantage of the weather. So where does that put you now? How are you doing right now? What's going on? Okay. Okay. Well, with the little Nine of Discs here, it's a card of abundance. It's a card of substance. And it's almost like an indication that you might feeling like you are a person of substance. Like you might have been going through a tremendous amount of like what is real, what is not real. Pisces, you've been under a tremendous amount of pressure from Saturn, especially if there's like close angles and connections to those middle degrees of Pisces, like 14 and 15, and all the late degrees of Chiron in Pisces. You might have been feeling it directly in such a way that some of your deepest buried wounds and sufferings and miscomprehensions and uh, tendencies to avoid what needs to be dealt with and healed. Uh, it's just been a tremendous amount of pressure for you because it's touching on like the deepest part of your spirit and your soul. And that's where we hide all our deepest pains and sorrows, and are also our sources, our unconscious sources of self-undoing. And so you might have been experiencing a lot of that recently, but it looks like you're coming out of the other side of it with a greater, fuller understanding of who you are and your self-worth and your sense of integrity, your sense of being truly like who you are, and also including getting kind of a sense of stability in your life, where no matter how wobbly things might have been, it might be that in July things are starting to stabilize, where you think, I am worth it. It was worth going through all of that. I'm getting that sense of like, I'm getting it together. I've got it together. Uh, Whatever I need comes to me. Whatever I don't need is moving away. And that's just how it is. And I'm getting more and more tuned in with nuts and bolts of reality as opposed to like cuckoo land. Also understand that Neptune has just turned retrograde, and that's kind of your planet, Pisces. And that's actually kind of good for you because when Neptune is direct, it allows you to go full blast into all the wooey lands of clouds and dreams and optical illusions and self-delusions, at the same time thinking that it's just the wonderfully most highest version of your spiritual ascension possible. And you get the two mixed up very, very easily, and it's very easy to put aside things that are uncomfortable. You just tuck them away like, oh, it's okay. It's okay. We'll just meditate more. We'll do some more spinning, or I'll double book my Pilates, or I'm going to get an extra super large juice blend this week. Things like that. When now that Neptune is direct, you're going to have 5 months at least, up till the end of November, to figure out in a very deep, profound way how you have been the source of your self-undoing for so long. And that's going to be a relief because you're starting to feel it already right now. And it feels really, really good to like reclaim your foundations, reclaim your like the facts of life and stability and groundedness and what is real and what is substantial and what is worth and what is not worth. Okay, so that's a really good starting point. It's a good place for you to be. It's a good way for you to be right now, Pisces. Okay, so bravo. We try to read from the heart here, and I'm trying to make it look like there's two hearts involved here. Even if it's just very nebulous, okay, or it might be in a very long-term relationship. We don't know. This is just a general report for the wide, broad energies, okay. In the introduction video, it would explain that this little reading is done from the perspective of uh, a substantial relationship where there's a degree of commitment, where both parties have made conscious and deliberate decisions to be together, for better or for worse. I mean, it could be a 20-year marriage. It could be just you've been living together for a month, but it is significant, okay? If it's not that, then you are radiating the laws of attraction, which would be attracting the equivalent energy as if you were relating, okay? So let's have a look at the other. Oh, by the way, regarding the structure and the integrity of the crucible, in case you don't watch that video, I call it a crucible because a crucible is an extremely uh, strong structure that is designed to withstand tremendous intense pressure of alchemical transformation that can occur inside a relationship, especially a significant relationship where both parties have made willing, conscious decisions to integrate and to separate. Integrate and separate in such a ways that we are exposed to the very best of ourselves and the very worst of ourselves, and we still keep going. Okay, so let's get that understood right from the beginning here. Now let's have a look at the other. Okay, well, maybe you're relating to someone who's got ambitions, they've got plans, they've got desires, dreams, goals that they would like to achieve, but it's still in a very let's say it's barely even in the startup phase right now. And this could just be a desire and passion for you. Perhaps they've got their eyes on you, but it's very much at a sort of, let's say, they're being discreet, okay? You might have a sensation that there's someone there for you who actually really does care and who's feels this way for you passionately, but it's in a very, very, let's just say, subtle or um, reserved manner, because this is very new energy. This is blossoming energy that's hardly even taken root yet. And so you might be relating to someone who's definitely got plans, ambitions, and desires, and perhaps they even have you in mind in particular. Um, so we don't know that yet. We're going to go deeper in a moment here, but this would represent someone who typically would have good intentions. They mean well. Their desires are founded on, like, legitimate reasons, causes, and desires that you know you wouldn't throw that away. It's just that it's not necessarily that innocent. It's more that it's very new. It's ambitious, no question about it. There's potentially a lot of desire here to unfold. But it's, again, very early stages. And whoever you're dealing with here may be going through a process of making a lot of decisions, like, do I want to do this or not? Do I want to be here or not for real? If so, how committed am I going to be? How much do I want to get into this with you? And how's that going to work out for me over here? Okay. So we're dealing with the very sort of elementary aspects of relating at the moment, where we're talking about people relating in a synastric type of way, as opposed to through the relationship. So we're going to go deeper in a minute, but this energy of the other feels really quite distinct and quite separate from you. Um, I'm not seeing a lot of fuzzy wuzzy, yummy yummy, cozy get together here. It's more of a realistic, keeping a bit of a distance, respectful distance, as things are being understood, evaluated in terms of uh, potentially good and rewarding and exciting outcomes for them. Remember, this is their energy. It's nothing to do with you. This is your reading for you in your relationship. And we're considering the other almost as though it's like a completely separate entity, okay? Even though they may be in a degree of relationship with you. I'm trying to give you a very broad perspective here so that you understand. Like, don't take it personally. If you feel there's a bit of distance, or if you feel that there's a bit of cool, calm, calculating going on here about, like, what to do. Like, what am I going to do about this Pisces person here? Let's have a look. Well, she's got it all. She's got everything I could possibly wish for, and she looks like she can take care of herself. Oh, that's pretty cool. I don't mind that. It means I don't have to deal with codependency issues and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. I'll think about that. Sounds like a plan. Oh, by the way, I just thought I might let you know, I think you're kind of cute. Okay. So maybe it's that kind of energy. Something like that. Okay, let's have a look. Let's go a little bit deeper. Oh, did you see that already? Doop, doop. It's the wish card. Okay, everybody calls that the wish card in the tarot world, and it's understandable. Well, it's not even, actually. This is the 10. Holy jeez, I need better glasses. This is the 10. This is like the card of having it all. Look at these two together, dear Pisces. What is going on with you? Maybe July is a good month. Typically, July is Cancer time. So Cancerian energy in terms of astrology can be very, very supportive. And we have a very powerful new moon happening right now, starting in July. And it's going to turn into a full moon in early July, I think the 9th. And you might be, dear Pisces, in a situation where you're feeling like, yep, that's me. That's me. I got it all together. I'm not that bad. I mean, I might have had it rough for a while, but, you know, It's not so bad. I see potential around me. I see the love. I feel the love. I have the love. I own it. Wow, that's pretty cool. In fact, going deeper inside, I wouldn't mind admitting to myself that I actually feel pretty good. In fact, pretty damn happy, if I don't mind saying so myself. Thank you very much. And it's almost like a feeling like, wow, I really do have it all. In some magical, wonderful way, I do have that. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Now, I don't know if you're actually married or you're engaged or you're single and dating or how, I don't know the actual details, but you might be in some aspect of love and relationship for July. You might just have a deep down sensation that in some way, especially in ways that are very like what I would think of as like normal, healthy, and tangible and desirable, and like how things should be. There's a sensation like, wow, I've actually got some of that. In fact, quite a lot of it. In fact, enough that you know some people would call this like happiness, ultimate happiness, like almost like, wow, I've got it all. Woohoo! So it's the Ten of Cups, and as you can see, there's kind of a hint of a rainbow there. It's very pretty, it's very cute, and it's there for you. So I don't know if this is anything that you would be going around shouting about to everybody else. It feels to me like this is more if inside of you, deep inside of you, there is some kind of like deep pulsing heart energy. Even if there are multiple situations and circumstances going on in your love life that are anything but happy. Okay? Let's say there's a whole pile of doo-doo going on, which is not working out right for you. Okay, that doesn't mean it's going to be a sucky month and it's all ruined. No, it means that deep down inside of you, dear Pisces, in total honor of yourself, respecting yourself, loving yourself, maintaining your sovereignty of self, regardless of anybody or anything else around you, in your love life or not or anything, you've got something inside of you which is like locked down, solid and real and good. And there's no question about it. You own it and you feel it, okay? It's not maybe necessarily your whole life, but a certain chunk of it, including love and relationship. There's something good and solid going on in some aspect of love and relationship. And it makes you feel profoundly happy at the most, uh, let's say, in the traditional way. It's not like you're drunk on happiness here. It's not like you're going screaming around to your friends saying, oh my God, I scored. Oh my God, I scored. It's not like that at all. It's much more a profound thing where you can just sit with it and own it and feel really, really good from the inside. And no one else necessarily even has to know. It just can be radiating out of you, which is really good because guess what? That's how the law of attraction works. You radiate a lot of this. You just do it. You just make that your day job. I am loving. I am loved. I am loving. I am loved. Then guess what happens? Doopy 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 doo. So anyway, I'm not saying that's what's happening. All I'm saying, because we're just talking about the energy here. I'm not talking about specific people. I'm just talking about Pisces energy. All right, and the energy of another or significant others in Pisces life. Okay, especially when it comes to love and a significant relationship. Now this is let's have a look. Let's just keep going. All right, let's have a look. Doop-a-doo. On the other hand, you might be dealing with someone who feels a bit left out, feels impoverished in some way or other. They might have ambitions and goals and dreams, but when it comes to matters of the heart, they may be lacking. Now, I don't know if that's them lacking in relationship to you, and they are feeling left out in the cold, so to speak. In other words, this is going to sound a little strange, Pisces, but you might be in a good space right now, in a good place with yourself and yourself alone. Nothing to do with the relationship, but I'm focusing more on your energy with yourself, where even if you're not shouting about it, other people can feel it. And sometimes if you're feeling really, really good, it doesn't always trigger the response that you would expect, because some people get jealous. Some people feel threatened by happiness and love. And that can, in other words, let's say you're dealing with a significant other who might have interests and ambitions to grow closer and be stronger connected with you in such a way. And as they get closer, they realize, my God, you are already a glowing, loving being in your own right. And that can be intimidating, because then they start to doubt their self-worth, like, oh my God, am I worthy of this Pisces person? I don't know. I don't know. Like, if I get to that close, and we actually get more and more intimate, they might discover that I don't have it all together yet, and I'm just like kind of I'm on the fringes, I'm on the fence, I'm figuring it out, and I'm not really sure. And I don't want to get rejected. I don't want to go into all this wonderful big fat energy love festival field here, only to be rejected. So, and people can do that. They can withdraw in the face of opportunity of love, because they're scared of rejection. They're scared of being left out. They're scared of things not working out. So it feels to me that you might be dealing with someone who is on a different wavelength to you, coming at the relationship from a very different perspective, in more of like, they're trying to figure out what's in it for me. How is this going to possibly work for me? I don't really know yet, but I've got ideas. I know what I would like to happen for me. I'm just not, I just don't know, because if they're relating to you, in other words, like, dear Pisces, it's just like, if you've got all this and you're all of that, and you are in a situation where you are determined to work with the truth, have the truth, live the truth, then honoring your own happiness, your own sovereignty, that's like a rise up in power. That's like rising up in your power. And that can scare people off. Because if you're used to vibrating at such and such a frequency, let's say here, this is you, and you're attracting people and you relate to this frequency, and it's just like, it's okay. It's all right. Oh, this sucks. In fact, it's awful. And then now, after having done a lot of homework on yourself, you're vibrating at this kind of frequency. And you deserve someone who vibrates at that frequency, okay, so to speak. And the person you're dealing with right now is vibrating at this frequency. It can be very intimidating for them. Like, let's say you're just very calm and happy. Oh, wow, I'm right on it. I'm like the Pisces I always thought I could be, should be. And then the other one's coming in like, I love you, I love you, love you. Oh, whoa, God, whoa. Like they're sensing like you're up here. That means like for things to work out for them according to their, like, for them to actually figure it out how to get it together, to get with you, so to speak, and be with you at your frequency, that means they have to raise their frequency to match your frequency. And that can be work. And sometimes people are scared to do that, because if they put in all the effort to get up to that frequency and they doubt themselves, and the idea like, oh my God, what if it doesn't work? I could be rejected. And that takes them down to here. And a lot of people don't want to evolve simply because they don't want to go through the potential pain of failure of having tried to evolve, especially when it comes to matters of love. So they might be feeling impoverished in themselves, up to the point where no matter how ambitious they might feel or how good their intentions may be, they might be a little bit reluctant or scared to act on that, because deep down, deeper inside of themselves, they're feeling a little bit impoverished in matters of the heart. Now, whether that's being inflicted upon them and they're behaving like a victim, or whether they are just not strong enough or healthy enough or appropriate enough for them to rise up to your frequency, so you would have a very evenly matched and fulfilling kind of vibration relationship, where you're what's called resonating, where you are like humming along together, where like when you do that trick with a wine glass and it kind of goes, here's your wine glass and here's the other. Hold on, I'm thirsty. Here's the other wine glass, and you go like this. Hi, honey. In a really cool relationship, their glass, it wouldn't have to do anything. It would just automatically start going just from you being you, like this. However, it feels like if you're doing this, you're just being you, and it's not picking up from over here. It's because they're at a, let's say, just say a slightly lower frequency. And when you're dealing with resonance up at this level, very high frequency, high degree love resonance, it just makes it harder and harder, I hate to say this, for others to resonate at your level. So you might be, let's say, Pisces, you might be quite a catch, and it becomes awkward to get there. So anyway, let's have a look at the status of the relationship. I'm babbling now. Hold on, let's have a look. Whoa. So there's a chance here. There is a chance, despite a bit of fear and intimidation and maybe a lack of self-worth with someone else here, there is an opportunity for, let's say, the passions to flow. There is an opportunity. It's a sacred opportunity. This is your reading, Pisces, for your relationship with a significant other. And they may feel this way about you. They may feel like, wow, I would like to be this way with you. I'm not going to call this card what some people call it, but it's, let's just say it's a card of passion, rising passions. Let's put it that way. So we could be in a situation where the status of the relationship, the condition of the crucible, so to speak, is primed and opportunistic for the passions to flow, despite a little bit of trepidation here and a little bit of trepidation here, even a sense of unworthiness, okay? It doesn't matter. Sometimes cool things happen in relationships where you deliberately choose to resonate here, and that's enough. It's so attractive that the other person eventually is willing to resonate to that level, so you have parity. And that's when it gets beautiful and gorgeous, so to speak. And all this little card is saying is that you have the opportunity, okay? It is there, despite this and despite this, okay? So where does that take things? Woo! Okay. Like it takes things, from my perspective as your reader, into a point where things could work out in a very tangible way, in ways that are reciprocal. In other words, it's almost like this energy here, just you and your energy alone, Pisces, forget the other for the moment. Like you have enough, it's like you're building up enough resonance in yourself, like type energy, to the point where it's literally you're radiating like a beacon. And simply through the laws of attraction, it's almost like you're setting up. It's like you're setting it up the way it's set up, if that makes sense. In other words, you're generating your own love and happiness from the inside out, which is the best way for the laws of attraction to work. Be loving, be loved. Be loving, be loved. It just seems like, Pisces, you've figured out that if you really, really do it properly, you can actually generate the momentum so it feeds on itself, and you create the opportunity and the environment for passions to flow. It's an opportunity. It doesn't mean it's going to happen. You have to grab the opportunity and take it, because it's a gift from heaven, and you can ignore the gift or throw it away. You won't be judged. It'll just be, potentially your loss. And it includes, for this to work, it includes that the other has to be willing to jump in there with you and take the risk, even though they might be scared of getting rejected or left out, even though they're scared that they might not really have their act together enough to resonate with you at your frequencies. However, this love energy field is so potentially attractive that they might be courageous enough to jump in there with you, okay, and get to the point where it could actually potentially work out, okay, where your natural, let's say the natural tendency of generosity and abundance and integrity to self, honoring yourself, being totally true to yourself to the point where you feel it like, I am happy, damn it, I am happy, and it doesn't depend on anyone else. I'm just deliciously happy because I am who I am, and I love me just the way I am. And people smell it and feel it, and they think, wow, that's hot, man. I want to be with that. And so the energy of generosity and the laws of attraction start to feed on each other like a pulsing vortex, and it reaches a sort of like a climax where it becomes real, okay, where it actually manifests in reality to the point where you now own it and you can actually hold it and see it in your hands, and it's right there. It's right there for you, okay? So that's pretty awesome. I'm not saying this is fact. I'm not, I don't read the, I don't tell the future or anything. All I'm doing is giving you an impression of energy here. And it looks like it could be very rewarding. Let's say also rewarding as well for both parties. It's just that both parties are in very different energy fields right now, and it would take an element of risk and bold risk for the other party to come and integrate closer with you. But it looks like it's worth it. It looks like it's worth it, even if you have to nurture this or encourage this to happen, even if it takes a little bit of comforting to assure them that, you know, it's your risk, honey. You got to take it, but I'm still here, and I'm sorry, I'm talking about. I'm still here, honey. I think it's worth it. And even though you might be feeling a little bit shaky about us or yourself or whatever, come on. Like, don't be scared. I'm not saying if you're the woman, go around chasing the man and drag them into this. All I'm saying is you stick to who you are, keep resonating and radiating the love energy, and let the love come to you, even though they might be scared to come to you. Okay, because it looks like it could be very rewarding. Okay, so there you go, Pisces. I hope you get something out of it. Please, reinterpret this however you want. Watch for your sun, moon, and rising, and have a super July. Alrighty? Okay. Thank you for visiting Terra Lumination. Bye.